Yes.
Oh boy. All right. Well, thank you, Jen's girlfriend, for letting this happen.
She's the MVP of this. Hold the back.
Or today's sponsor, Jen's girlfriend.
Today's sponsor is Gen's girlfriend, not because of money, because of Gen.
Today, I'm excited to sponsor a new Gen product.
Yeah. Oh no.
Your company, buy now, you get a Vorum Plans Please sticker.
Plans, please.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. See, look, I'm trying to convince Xer to give Vorum a 2+ to charisma checks when it's a single word charisma check. Help me convince him. This needs to happen.
It's only when it's talking about plans. Some type of plans or architect.
Only dwarven things. Only dwarven things. So
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, dwarven things.
strictly stereotypical dwarven.
Oh my god.
It's a racial bonus. Come on, let it happen.
It's a racist bonus.
Oh my god. I feel like you will make Danny regret this decision of joining the session.
Yeah. Fair warning, Danny. This is a chaotic and RP heavy group, so you're gonna get a lot.
Oh no, Danny. Oh, I'm just saying, Danny. Danny was like for like 5 or 6 weeks in the previous campaign, and there was not a single combat sequence. There was a single combat sequence, and she killed herself in the first round.
No!
What?
Yes!
You killed yourself?
I didn't know she was suicidal.
No!
Meaning to. My character was a plasmoid that was like very curious and saw this like black goop. I was like, oh my gosh, it's another me. Oh my gosh, I need to talk to it and like hold its hand and shake its hand because that's the polite thing to do. I touch it and I die.
Yeah. You kind of glossed over that the black goo was attached to ex-party member who just sacked an entire city by using one of the flying fortresses as the fucking battering ram.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that as he stood there and was basically declaring the new world order as the all needs to die. You just looked at the ooze and was like, ooh, shiny.
No, my friend.
Ooh, shiny.
See, that's what happens when you don't.
I wasn't that smart to begin with.
Oh boy.
Okay, character isn't that smart to begin with.
Okay, if it makes you feel better, we've already like lost 2 party members. I've died like 3 times. It's a common occurrence.
Shut up. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh god.
Technically all true what I just said.
Yeah.
D&D timing. Oh no. Oh boy. So, oh boy. Welcome to session 13, everybody.
Just this session 13.
Yeah.
So much chaos.
Session starts, enter sewers. Session ends, walk away from sewers while they're exploding and we're looking at
Session ends. He desecrate half the city in the collapse.
Well, you know what?
Casual methane explosion.
Well, theoretically, we no one used fire spells. No,
wait. Didn't pick up like some grenades?
No,
just like toss one down in there and just walk away.
We might have killed our target. We definitely killed half the city.
Oh no,
well, you know what? At least got rid of half the Julie posters, including the off-brand ones.
Oh my.
Oh, sorry, what about me?
No, don't worry, Julie. They're just casually talking about sacking your city, destroying it.
Oh, well, I mean, with my wife gone, I have no real attachment to her anymore.
Oh
Yeah,
my
okay,
god.
She
Oh, yeah,
doesn't.
no, like Exorcist level 9 spell or methane explosion. Take your pick.
Oh no. You will not bully me with this kind of decision.
Okay. Everybody leave your tinder box up on the surface.
Everybody, grab your standard issue military grade timberbox box. Timberbox
Yeah, we've all
and
been
I mean,
in
I
the
started
military
with a
at some point.
nunnery, so an entire city is not that big of a step up, is it?
oh my fucking
Like,
god.
we've already messed with gods. I mean, is a city really something to add on?
Yeah, we've got this freaking organization hunting us down. Deities are trying to destroy the world. What the fuck is one more city?
I like the gods like will blink and then like the city's off the map. Like, was it ever there to begin with? That's
And to be fair, they could just wave their hand and it just reappears. So
oh my god.
I mean, yeah, level 12 magic go burr.
Go brr, yeah.
But okay, look, I'll say this though, like I may have been able to hold off the section of evil last time, but I don't think I can hold off an entire methane city exploding. So if you do that, you're on. I don't think I have any nat 20s up my sleeve for this.
oh my god. Oh no. Yeah.
Hold the line, blows up.
Hold the line. Your body gets the flame just
Like wakes up in church. Like, yeah, I'm not going back, am I? Frost, but no. That was your life. You're not. You're stuck in limbo or something. I don't know, but you're not going back.
Oh boy. Hey,
Actually,
so
if we're talking about giving him bonuses for plans, please. Do I get bonuses for arson?
Actually,
I don't know.
Arson or
You just
enthusiast.
Julie, you torch only one church. One church.
Oh, that means if you do more, you will get.
you have to make a big enough explosion to get a bonus. So hence explosion.
I like where this.
In before Julie just commissioned.
Evil characters.
Before Julie just commissions a bunch of churches to be made only for her to burn it down.
Burning practice. Look! I hope you've been practicing with fire Pokemon, Julie.
Oh my god! Of course, Charizard is Julie's favorite. Let's be honest.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
Fire,
it's a flying
target,
dragon.
potato.
Fuck. Well.
Okay. Now that I have his name, though, no need to aim.
Oh god. Oh no.
Him, like, all right, like, wait, I think I hear a noise. Him says his name, falls down on the ground. Yep, he's there.
Okay. With that being said and done, session 13, let's get this going. Because we're a bit behind schedule. So, last we left off, June decided, you know what? I know where I can get some illegal stuff, including plants, the Beggery. And you all went there. Vorum, you got some connections, but you never visited the Beggery on yourself, and the rest were clueless as well. A bit of exploring this hollow piece of a street eventually found an access via one of the tabaxi who were staying in the shadows and just watching the place, where you met this older little gentleman of a scribe who can offer you information for money, which you didn't ask him anything when he started giving the price. But you descended down the Beggery, which is basically a massive underground market and or entertainment place for more of the legal kind in Bluestone. You dabbled in the markets, found Kenku by the name of Kilo, who actually sold the actual original plans for the Red Pike Street that you were looking for. Additionally, with all other streets. And you also got some information about her brother by the name of Gray, because apparently that's how she acquired these blueprints. But besides that, acquiring... What the hell?
Coming in for the listen.
Yeah. Besides acquiring all the... Besides acquiring information, all of you went for additional shopping spree. Julie got herself a shadowy violin that made her feel all kinds of ways. Terry acquired a ring that apparently possessed an ancient soul of a individual named Ducklick.
Ducklick!
Yeah.
And famous soup maker. Don't forget about his other...
Hey, not soup, stew.
Oh, sorry.
Duck stew!
Yeah, and a bunch of all other knickknacks as everybody got from the bakery and stopped by to a random inn to just basically attach yourselves to these trinkets. And of course, Terry nearly fucking going off, being possessed. Eventually getting everything under control, and Julie acquired quite a bit of money from her new, very intriguing instrument. You did manage to make your way back to Red Pike, acquire all 4 levels of blueprints that consist of the street, the sewers, the deeper sewers, and the old mining installations. And last we left off, you were literally deciding how are you gonna go down. So first things first, as you descend into the sewers one by one, the fucking noxious, not pleasant smells and not very nice sounds echo in the sewers. Ooh.
Lovely. You have a soundtrack for this. I
Yes.
not be surprised if Julie casted a protection spell on him herself. Just to this.
I'm taking a cloth from the bag of my bag of holding and wrapping it around my nose.
Prestidigitation smell, pleasant smell of flowers on my helmet.
You'd rather smell dead and rotting werewolf.
Oh, I mean, it's not that bad.
Oh my god. Oh.
Compared to the overwhelming shit.
Oh yeah, did anyone bring a torch?
Who looks at you with one
Lights it up,
eyebrow
just a
raised,
fireball.
like,
Well, at least okay. Who here has who here has the ability to see in dark areas, dark vision, whatever you want to call it.
All of us.
Who
All of
doesn't?
us, yeah. Honestly, it'd be weird if someone didn't have it at this. No, all right. Well, we'll need a minor light if we get further down. Let's see. Do I have any spells for this? I didn't bring up my clock.
I hold up a hand and cast light. No, I tap
Coming in
you.
clutch.
I tap your helmet and it
Oh,
glows.
Now my helmet smells like flowers and is glowing. Let's go.
There you go.
Well, if we get attacked, I think we know who someone's going for.
Oh boy.
Stabs me like, wait, what's that smell? Ah, orchid flowers.
So, who's leading us on with the?
The real question is who has the most HP points. That's the real question.
I mean,
So,
who
Vora,
was?
Who is the most dwarven?
no, honestly, this is kind of his environment. Really.
The sewers is just weird.
I feel like this city is bringing out the worst in all of you.
It really is. I don't like the city life.
Fine, I
Alright,
take the map. Doesn't make
Okay.
any sense.
Okay.
I mean, I'll
Yeah.
check the maps if we're doing it like off survival checks.
Okay.
I think I got the best survival. chances.
roll me, intelligence check, Warren.
Can I help
Just
him?
intelligence.
Sure.
Doesn't make any
Uh,
sense. Intelligence.
I got you, bro.
I'm just gonna say
I mean,
because
if you really think about it, all you've said is plans, please, and they are now in your hat.
Seriously though, think about it. Like the world just works around confident people.
Would this involve my stone cunning or no? Or is this just the map?
just the map, intelligence with advantage.
Okay, and just a straight intelligence, right?
What
Oops,
advantage
I'm in
check?
session timing.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it wrong this time. Where is dice roller? There we are.
Make
Bang.
sure you're in the right channel.
Ooh, sheesh. 21.
You're in Dwarven, that's quite convenient.
Oh my god. So, everything that is written in the plans is in common, so that's easy to navigate. And you just go through the lower level, and eventually, literally find the four pathways, the sewers that you're exactly are at that point. And then you start to realize that there's like many many collapsed and or basically built upon walls that basically lead somewhere deeper. And Red Pike has at least several places that has some sort of pathway that leads downwards, but currently has, say, a wall just on top of it that has been built upon. And just navigating for a few, like less than a minute or so, you find like the most conveniently placed wall just in the middle. How is this? Just one of the walls that almost looks like it's nothing compared to the rest. Everything's the same, until you realize that the different material of stone and brick has been made this section of the wall compared to the rest.
Boy.
So, what are you gonna do, Oro?
Is it like
Now
a
I can use
loose?
stone cunning.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna walk up to it, I suppose. I'm just gonna like, I don't know, draw my sword and just tap the wall to see if it's actually a wall at all.
It is a wall. I mean, you could basically see that it's maybe like 12, maybe more feet of this section of wall that is made of like different material compared to the rest of the sewer walls. So you realize that this has been built in a different time, or just
Okay, well, can I make an investigation check to see if there's any switches or obvious
roll me
hidden compartment
investigation.
kind of bits?
Can I assist?
Yeah, I
Sure.
guess.
Roll me
The
with
rest is standing
advantage.
there. With advantage,
guy. Teamwork.
alright. Once.
Oh my
No.
god. Woo!
I really
Okay.
hate the city.
I'm just
So-
like, with every success,
Yeah.
I'm just getting more and more depressed because I'm like, I know I'm proving them right. Immediately knows how to read the math, immediately gets to the correct place, immediately notices the rock, immediately gets the switch.
Ah,
And
No.
with everything, Julie's just behind you, just smiling and nodding.
So-
I told
Man, I'm sure glad we have a dwarf with us.
the wall is a single piece of, like, not single piece of stone, but it's like one consecutive piece of masonry. And you take a few minutes to examine basically everything individually and realize there's not any switches, knobs or something to open up the entrance. And as you finish your search, you thought that you're just, this like you gotta brute force it. You realize that one of the section, like at the bottom right of the wall, by the very edge, has very neatly cut out and put it back in. And you realize that you can like grip the edges of that block and slowly pull out. And the first thing that you see as you pull out is a feather.
Okay,
Is
what
it
kind?
gray?
Long, blackish, very fitting of a raven, but a lot more bigger.
Oh boy.
And this little small entrance is maybe 3 feet, maybe 2.5 feet tall, and maybe like 2 feet wide. It's it's not the grand opening, but it's good enough for the sneaky
Should have
kind.
dragged the investigator with us. We had the plane. We should have done. We should have. Wait a minute. Can I telepathically speak to my griffin to tell him to?
Where is your
Wait,
griffin?
I can.
Your griffin would have been.
We
gone
don't
by
want
now.
some. We are wanted
Terry, forget.
across the nation. We do not want a detective with us.
But he's so far.
Hey, I don't think we want the detective who has to report to his superiors, who would report back to other people.
Alright, okay, just let it be known if he shows up. I wanted him here, it was a legitimate. Alright.
Okay.
So
Can we actually see through the
yeah,
gap?
through like you pull out the stone and there's like a small little entrance, and you see it basically looks like just straight out of like general basic as you can go mining shaft with like structural holdings, a bunch of dust, bits and pieces of broken tooling, and quite a few footprints of a creature with talons. The entire shaft is maybe 15 feet high and maybe 20 feet wide, and just goes slowly but surely down into darkness. That's as much as your eyes can see, Warren.
Hopefully.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and go. The griffin is still up on the surface, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean,
Great.
What? Like, how long does your griffin last?
Until I dismiss it. It's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's just always in existence. And I can resummon it if I want to, but it's like a familiar. It's not going anywhere.
It's not going for a walk down in the sewers.
Yeah, but I actually, I'm not sure if I can telepathically speak with him just because he's my steed, but I have telepathic abilities regardless, so, like, if we don't go too deep, I should be able just to, communicate something to for emergencies, but I have a feeling we're about to go too deep.
Right,
She
well-
said.
Oh boy. What you said.
So, what's the dealio?
I mean, can we all fit through there?
Yeah, it's a. I mean, one by one, it's a bit of a tight squeeze for you, Warren, but the rest can do it easily.
Hold up.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
To be fair though, like my guy just with the chainmail and like the bag full of shit, kind of makes sense.
Okay, well, kind of, but also my guy is like what, like 6'2" and also wearing chainmail.
Does anybody have butter on them?
It's not that you need to squeeze through. It's more of a like you like for Terry. I guess you're the worst because it's like you need to get almost on your knees to get in.
Oh, lovely.
Okay,
at least beyond it, it looks like it's just normal dirt. There's no like sludge or sewage water in it, so it's dry and nice comparatively beyond the wall.
I'm just glad Terry doesn't have claustrophobia like
Alright.
Where Raven. That's the real question.
Ah,
Mm,
Oh, I hate this.
mm,
I will go through first, I guess.
I already
you.
know. I mean, if you're too cautious.
I'm going to feel this later. I bet, and I slowly try to inch myself through this.
I will make my way through.
Is the mine shaft on this side? Is it dwarven? I'm kind of preempting the the insults and the jokes about shoddy dwarven
it's inside.
mines.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight check.
Can I give him
Insight.
advantage on this?
Would this come under stone cunning?
Oh
curious
yeah,
too,
it would.
Alright,
Oh my god.
and then
Oh boy.
oops, sorry, 1 second. 17.
19. Heck yeah.
No, it's not. But it holds sturdy enough. And just by looking at it, there's like mostly wooden fragments, but those.
Alright, well, as soon as I'm sure it's not dwarven, I go, oh, what shitty craftsmanship. Clearly it's elven
I
or
was
something.
about to say, despite this.
Shouldn't get an elf to do a dwarf's job.
No. I was about to say, despite being made of wood, it looks like it held surprisingly well to whoever made this as an excellent.
Well, see, look, Vorm knows that. You know that. But you know.
No one else does. Everyone else, it's a deserted mine shaft.
So, okay. He's telling you it's at least well built enough to not collapse over our heads.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like dramatically just like nudge a beam and go, I don't know.
Okay, so if I didn't have claustrophobia before.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what's the plan?
Alright, so do we notice
ask the DM what's the plan? Quickly.
So do we all notice the tracks now? We're on this side.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I definitely point them out.
Yeah,
You can see 'em.
there's only like talons. There's no like humanoid human footprints.
Question. These talents, are they recognizable as a common like D&D species?
Yeah. You would assume it's either an Aarakocra or a Kenku.
Question. Is the size off for how big these things should be?
No. Roll me intelligence check.
Okay, can someone lend me a hand because
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, but after Vorm, you kind of ate all the luck. Like,
Okay. So, also I'm gonna call you Pollen, Danny.
alright, let's go. It's one.
Let's just say it's been a past couple of
literally
months. You traversing from one place to another. With your final voyage, you were told that you're gonna get paid for your services handsomely if you go through this portal, which you did. And you end up in complete darkness.
Oh boy.
Rolled
Enough.
11 twice.
What did you roll? Oh my god.
He rolled 14 twice, like literally the same numbers.
Yahtzee? I don't know.
Yahtzee.
While he's trying to figure this out, I want to start tracking, following these tracks.
Okay.
I'm following along.
So, Poland, you're in complete darkness. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna cast dancing lights around me.
All of you immediately start to see just a sudden flash of light, maybe 100
Again.
like somewhere deeper in the cave, in the corner, you just see a sudden flash of light, and it just kind of dims a bit, and now there's just a light.
See, look, okay, I have the instinctual urge not to walk towards the light after several.
Immediately draw my bow and pull.
The lights look like fireflies around me.
Immediately have my bow at the ready.
Okay, so sword out. I mean,
I just
shield
turn and I'm like, when you get that stupid hat off your head.
Okay, at the local flashlight, I step in front of the party.
So, Paul, and as soon as you cast your dancing lights, you immediately just hear somebody drawing a bow and unsheathing a blade.
Panic.
You also see the light, like, what's it?
A faint smell of flowers and a shiny helmet.
Oh!
Like several feet behind the the one with the light, with my bow drawn.
Like the lights, you see a like 3-foot tall kind of bee person. I have like a mane of golden hair. I have a fur coat that gives me like yellow and black stripe look to it. I have bee legs, so insect legs. I have bee wings, and my eyes are completely black, but I have a mandala on my back, a rapier on my side, and a tambourine on my hip.
Danny B.
Oh no.
No, but
So.
I
assuming
don't
Julie
think
sees.
that's what we're looking for.
It's
like
I nudge Vorm. It's another little thing. Go talk to it.
Look at you.
Wow.
Look,
Boy, I
I
look like
whisper
a
back to the
bee.
party, like I whisper back to the party. They get this big? I thought this thing tiny.
Do you know how much honey meat I've drunk? It's probably here for my life.
Wait.
Oh my god, is that a dire bee?
I nudge Terry. Protect her.
Wait.
Go.
A dire bee.
Go.
The guy said he was looking for a dire creature of some type, right? It. I don't know.
I don't know what a dire is.
It
I'm
talks.
not that.
It talks. Shoot it.
Stop. I'm gonna like. I don't think that's what we're looking for.
Are you sure? I don't.
I'm just
trust
gonna look at
anything.
it. Do you think that thing can run at like Mach 10?
Oh no.
I don't know, I've never seen a bee that big.
I mean,
Have you seen a turtle? They can turn surprising.
I've seen some things you wouldn't think move that fast.
Okay.
The spur is wrong though.
Hello, tiny insect. How are you?
Hello, I come in peace.
Are you sure? I still have the bow aimed at it.
He's
I
defined
was
peace.
hired for a job. I was hired for a job, and they told me to walk through this through a portal, and I ended up here. Where
Insight
exactly
check.
am I? Sight check. Go ahead.
I'm
Well,
like,
technically, okay, this is a player against player roll, so I'm gonna consent here. Do you care?
You want me to roll an insight check?
I'm gonna roll an insight, but you know, like player versus player, so I always ask if that's okay first.
Yeah, you can roll.
Okay, we're rolling. I believe I have
Tell
no
him the
modifiers.
truth.
So. All right.
You believe her. You believe
I
her.
believe her. All right, seems legit.
Everybody's rolling
I don't
inside.
know. So I don't stow away my weapon, but I put it like I just hold it. I don't hold it towards the Danny B anymore.
I can't
I'm
lower
sorry.
my
Do you,
bow.
That is
do you
such
have a
ridiculous
name?
explanation that I believe it.
Well, I was doing a job for somebody, and they wanted me to go through a portal here. So I did that. My name is Kalia P. Pollen.
Lion B or P pollen? What?
Kalia P. Shut up.
My 5-year-old brain going on. I'm gonna refer to you as Palaya. Rest of the name. See how that remembers. All right. I stow away the sword at this point.
I guess I should ask: do any of us recognize this species?
Yeah.
Roll me a nature check.
Nature check. Oh boy.
I'll do that.
Okay, how did this go from the most vile creature I've ever seen to the most adorable creature I've ever seen? How are you, Spicy?
You don't know by. Just roll. Maybe somebody gets higher, just in case.
21. Sneaky little dwarf. It's a dwarf-related animal. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
so
I read a book, like a nature documentary book.
You have
Vorum.
I thought you just had
Vorum.
stone tablets.
Oro. So you know that in the Feywild, fairies are a thing, and that some fairies, just have some offshoots in the species, like like humans, dwarves, and the sorts. You never seen a
Damn,
fairy.
that bee be looking fine.
You never seen a fairy that looks more like a bee than a fairy.
Okay.
It's like a fairy bee married a bee, and then this was the result.
Oh my god.
I'm just kind of looking them just up and down, incredibly confused.
You know what?
You're not from around here, are you?
No.
Oh wait.
Wait.
Oh, this isn't a Lovecraftian monster from. Just to clarify with someone who's a bit more knowledgeable. Because I'm pretty sure we must have angered some of them after, holding a giant shield. Don't want to take chances.
Oh, it's a Fey folk.
Oh.
Another type of Fey.
This is one of the first. Alright. I'm Terry, but I'm not sure if you have opposable thumbs to shake my hand.
I do.
Okay.
I have like humanoid hands. It's just my legs that are insect-like.
Lovely.
The uncanny valley is
Oh my god, I just realized
extreme.
I hold out my hands with some hesitation for a shake. Trying to be polite, but at the same time, what the heck are you?
I'm like over the shoulder, just like, very nice to meet you. Where are you from before you went through the portal? Do you have like a home town or something?
Did you just wake up one day in existence, or like, or a family dynamic? What was the family dynamic that led to you?
That's very rude.
Who was this person you accepted a job from? Did it happen to be a gnome?
Say known or gnome?
A gnomish.
Oh,
Do I
gnomes have wings?
roll an history check or something?
Roll me his,
Family history check.
roll me history check with disadvantage.
Oh no! Watch a nat 20 double. Let's see it.
Interestingly enough, now that you see the BNGs come closer, you look around and you realize.
That's one nat 20. Let's go. One more.
Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, with disadvantage. Let's go.
One more nat 20 to go. Come on, I believe.
Oh
Okay,
my
Not
god.
nat 20, but come on.
Well, a dirty 20.
Here's an interesting thing, Danny. You try to remember back. You remember the reason why you set off to your journey to acquire money for ransom. And you remember you taking a bunch of jobs. You remember getting a lot of gold, silver, platinum, trinkets and toys that would fetch a tidy sum. And you look around and you realize that you're like very extremely impoverished compared to what you're remembering. Something's not right.
Do I know who I got the job from?
If you remember, it was like a ASMR lady, maybe in her early 20s.
What question was there? Okay, so during my stabbing of the I don't know, it was his stomach or something. After the attempted poisoning, the person that was whispering to our my friend's ear, was it about was it a
It was a it was a tiefling.
Yes. Of around what age?
In her late 20s, maybe 30s.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. But you remember this very cheerful ASMR? She was very nice, very kind, had a very cheerful voice.
An angel lady.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a what?
Angel lady.
Angel lady. Oh, you know what? Sent by the gods, I guess I can't complain.
So,
Alright, and the mission you were sent on, it was just to go through a portal. Were you sent to find anyone? Are you familiar with the name Julie De Silvas?
Don't like I elbow Julie. Don't know.
You're
We are
not.
on a mission here.
You're.
With my
I
history
need to know if
check,
she's a friend
do
or
I
no.
know?
No, you don't. I'm just. Also, Danny, just quickly look at the CMs, and it's up to you if you want to say more.
That the
No,
moment.
I'm gonna say that my character is really bad at remembering names, so I'm gonna say no. She probably doesn't remember that.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
This is confusing, but I have a vengeance to seek. So
Okay, well we're kind of on a hunt right now. We don't know what your plan is.
I mean, I can look here too. I'm actually trying to find a friend of mine.
go on to describe said friend for me, would you?
Big dragon.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Right. I haven't seen any dragons around. We're going
I
deep
heard
in-
a dragon, but
A
that's
dragon?
different. I
When
heard.
did you hear a dragon?
Oh, when I was like using this bow, and I hold out the bow.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. I think I was being possessed by Mr. Stew. Before that point. Right.
Just click.
I'm gonna flutter
Yeah, we're
forward. You should see my wings go flap really
Legit question.
quickly.
How big are you?
I'm 3 feet tall.
Okay. Competing with Vorum here.
I kind of fly forward and kind of inspect the bow. And I see if it's like something that my dragon friend might have like made or might have had at some point.
Wait, what?
Bow that
Give
made
you my
dragon noise.
backstory, jeez.
Oh,
Wait, backstory? What is it?
wait, yeah. I blacked out for a moment. I'm sorry.
Eric just randomly blacked out.
The
Concerned.
the D of blanked out.
I'm
That's
the
my
one that's
job.
here first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
See if I've seen that before.
No.
Or history checks. Oh boy.
I would say no.
Okay.
Okay. Doesn't look like
Pretty
something
definitive.
that they might have.
Interesting.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'm rather upset with a certain individual about like 800, 700 feet lower, so I'm just gonna...
Yeah, we should probably keep moving.
How deep underground are we at this point?
Maybe like 30, 40 feet under street level. Because you literally maybe are like a good maybe 70, 80 feet from like the hole that you passed in the wall.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say I'm gonna turn to the bee and kind of say, well, if you want to leave, you could head back that direction and then up. Alternatively, you could come with us. We are going to be going a bit deeper in search of someone. You can come with us, I suppose, if you'd like.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
I bet she comes with us, and I'll point down the tambourine. It looks like she likes music. She can't be all bad.
Oh boy.
of course,
She-
that's what...
She can follow at her own,
Question, how
Or-
capable of you are at not dying when in a conflict?
I mean, understand there is 100% chance of dying with the script.
Eventually.
I'm just like looking at all of you going, no, stop it. Not good first impressions.
Oh, okay. So
Our party
alright.
completely disoriented in how to interact with a stranger.
okay, maybe not 100%, maybe 98%. Okay.
Okay. How comfortable are you with those odds?
Like looking at my spells, I'm like, I think I'm pretty comfortable.
Oh, okay. We'll have you sign the contract later. Let's go.
We're gonna have to have you sign a waiver, not holding anybody reliable for your death.
NDA.
Oh yeah, and if you do die, you have a will on you, just in case.
Right. Do you have next of kin to contact?
I'm gonna be like, right, guys, I think we should keep going. I think we should, we've wasted a day already. We need to
I'm trying to
keep
find my next
pick up
kin.
the pace.
Oh, you're trying to. Okay, well.
Okay. fair enough.
And then I'm just gonna like start pushing people forward, like let's keep going. And then as I walk past the bee, I'm just gonna like, just make it out to Vorum. I'll make sure he gets to the next of kin.
at this very moment, at this moment, it's maybe 5-ish, 6-ish p.m. Because you basically in the morning you got a murder, and now you're in the tunnels. So yeah.
Yeah, we started this day with a murder and trying to chase. So then we decided to go shopping after we couldn't find them.
No, you tried to find them, didn't know where to go. Eventually got a hint from the detective to go to the archives. The legendary plants police scene happened. You all had had like a brunch or a lunch, I guess. And then you decided to go to the bakery. Then you retrieved the things and went to the sewers.
Right.
Like,
It's been a day.
It's been a big day.
it's been a big day.
Yeah, I think we
I'm
need
ready
to
like end this like with
catch
some
up.
bloodshed and then go to bed.
I think we need to keep going before we decide to like go to sleep or something.
I'd be half impressed if they're still in the city.
I highly suspect. I mean, theoretically, I'd prefer not to use more magic on it, but I can pull another locate.
Let's not waste the magic right now. We got tracks.
Yeah.
Let's follow these tracks.
So yeah.
Do the maps extend into this other area,
Yes,
by the way?
yes. Well, not the street view, because that just goes off. But checking at like the deeper minings, you realize that yeah, it is. And now you realize as you're traversing through this place, and this place is like literally a mine shaft, and occasionally there's like, you know, a choice to be made where to go. But the plans, and of course additionally that there's literally just pairs of prints on the floor. It's easily to follow. And it takes additional like 20 minutes of just slowly making your way there. And you realize that some of the more recent footprints also has like a small little block tracking it. And then you realize it's probably the hammer that the Kenku dragged with himself that is like leading you to go there. And it's like, it's just basically following the cave system, and it's kind of... Okay, let me change this, because this is no longer the sewers, I guess.
Oh, and what... Okay, go on.
Yeah, give me a second. Okay. So, eventually you just... eventually you kind of just get a bit tired, because it's been over an hour. You've been just basically following the paths, and it's not that you were going in circles, but it's like a long path, and you do have the sensation that you're slowly going just lower and lower, but it's not the descent that you saw the Kenku did, and you still following the plans, and you realize, Vorum, that at the end that you're tracking like this by these plans, the end is gonna be a large hole.
Like a mine, like a
shit,
like
a massive
an elevator
ditch.
shaft.
More like just a ditch. You don't know what's
Sinkhole.
like. You don't know what kind of reference it shows, but it's like comparing to the path that you're following and to the hole that it shows. It shows other different paths, and the hole looks maybe 7-8 times bigger than the walkway you're walking compared to the map's perception.
Right, and this is not a normal standard marking on this map.
No, it's just
right. Okay, there's going to be a Minecraft ravine up ahead.
Oh boy. Alright, so okay, 2 questions, Eric. Sorry. One thing, you didn't mention whether the Kenku had a abnormal size to it.
Well, I mean, I told you that they look normal-ish. Like, it didn't look super massive or big. I told you that.
Variance is within expectations. Alright. And then second thing, if I'm gonna have my griffin, because apparently I can actually telepathically communicate up to a mile with it, so it's always gonna be in range. I'm gonna have him circle above and just keep an eye out on hatches if a creature matching the description I have shows up. So he's just gonna be there circling.
Alrighty. So yeah. Okay. So eventually, as you're making way, and you assume Vorum by the plans, because you're the plan master, you maybe have like maybe 300 feet, and it should be the dead end. And you all start to hear this whistling sound of just harsh winds ahead. Which is fucking weird, because you've been traveling in the cave system for quite a while. Anything you like to do as you're traversing and start to hear the wind blowing?
I just like to... No, I'm just gonna perception check. We're just gonna do a basic check here.
Yeah, which direction is it coming from?
Ahead of you.
Pollen.
Sneeze pollen.
As you sneeze pollen, immediately all the pollen just slowly drip backwards and back into the cave that you came through. And it's all coming ahead of you, like you're walking into the wind. So roll me a perception check.
Everyone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Oh, are we doing the advantage help thing? I'm guessing we are. But just,
It's up to you if you want to do with advantage. But you gotta,
Yep.
one of you
Yeah,
gotta.
there's only Prince who can allow assistance.
So one of us can get advantage.
Alright, well, let's actually, yeah, I'll help someone else then because my perception is poo poo. So, Forum, you have my help. Roll again.
Your perception is.
Double 17.
Oh boy.
Hey, you're not supposed to copy my tactics.
And Gan with a 27. So, Gan.
Busting.
Well, interesting enough, the wind that is blowing is intensifying as you start to head in. It's not like super blowing, it's more like a nice breeze, but it's like a steady breeze. And it's not like noxious fumes or anything, it's just normal, refreshing air. But it's still odd that it's like you're maybe, I don't know, like, I guess, Derek, because you got the connection, you're seeing maybe you're like 200 feet down, like below surface level. You're not that high up, and there's like a sudden just like air. This is kind of odd. As you walk the end of the journey, you just see that there's just blackness until you realize that literally the mine shaft just ends, and there's just a drop.
Ah.
And it's like it basically looks like it just like kind of tries to spread it out, like there was something more there, but it just misses. Like it's empty, it's darkness, but you basically hear the intense winds coming from below the chasm.
I'm gonna drop a rock.
Okay.
Just count how long it
Yeah,
takes to fall.
A minute passes. 2 minutes passes.
Love. No, that thing's out of earshot by now. It's
I know.
farther than we.
Uh,
Oh boy.
Okay.
Either there's something
Yeah,
breaking.
possible it fell in
wall,
sand and
or
we
that's
just didn't hear it.
And just with your passive perception, you do see that the tracks lead literally to the like few feet against like next to the edge, and there's no more prints.
To the edge. Going like to the edge. Can I see if like they just disappear, or do like the claw like marks look like they're going like down? Or
They just disappear.
okay.
And it's
Can we see to the other side of this hole? Like,
no, like it's just darkness. You can see you can see the signs of it using light, and you realize that it's still like part of the matchup. This is not a natural formation. This like probably was a part of the matchup, but it just collapsed. And you just like look around, you see that there's like still stuff there. You look up, there's maybe like a ceiling of like 40-50 feet. And besides that, there's literally nothing. Like, there's just a ditch. There's no like signs of other tunnels. Worm, like looking at the plans, you realize that there must be at least like 6 or 7 other entries in this like connecting this chasm, but you don't see any. So maybe they collapsed, maybe they were sealed off, but you can't really see from this angle.
Great.
bee lady, can we send the bee lady?
I choose you.
Choose the bee lady with the lights.
Go ahead. Oh dear.
Can you like fly over this chasm and either see if it leads to another side, or like
Let me double check the actual dancing light trip. I can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new point or spot in my within my range. So I'm gonna move the lights. See how far it is.
Just after some surmising, you realize that it's maybe like there's an across point of this chasm, and it's maybe like 200 feet away for the other side. And now that you have like the light move, you realize that there, yeah, Worm, you see there's a bunch of entrances, but some of them like lead only a few like feet in, and then you realize there's like either literally a cave in as you see collapsed wooden structures, or just abandoned. Are you going across, Danny, to look, or are you gonna
Power of flight.
Yeah. You can fly. That's why I choose the flying creature.
Me. I actually see how my flight is. Because of your wings, you have ability to fly speed equal to your walking speed. So I can fly 30 feet
nice
at a time.
So eventually you go across and you just look, and there's some places that lead more further in, but they don't have any no like
Dramatic wind.
no, they still have the wind blowing, and the wind is, how to say this, it's like nice for a few seconds and then immediately goes hard for like good like 10 seconds and then stops, and then goes and then stops.
Like a machine.
And then you just look at like the the entrances that are not caved in, and you realize that none of them actually have any prints of the Kenku or the hammer.
And he must have went down.
He had to have jumped down.
I mean, the guy we were chasing was extremely agile.
Exactly. And
If he has wings, he could probably glide well enough.
I mean, if he was able to carry that huge hammer and still bounce around rooftops, like,
yeah, fair enough. I believe he was going like 90 feet a seconds. Oh, strange measurement. Just don't mind me.
okay.
Let's see. Well, if that's the case, anyone have feather falling?
Wait. Don't you have feather?
Yes, I've just used a lot of magic today. Actually, I'm not even sure if I prepared it today. I wasn't expecting to deal with natural barriers of height in a city. Wasn't planning on holding, jumping, whatever that would require. I really.
Deep was it?
Deep. Yes.
We don't know how far down it goes yet. I choose B, lady. How far down?
Strike that. I actually do have it prepped. It's not on my. If it really does take it, I can. I just it's a level 1 spell slot. I can spare it.
I think we're gonna have to like. Well,
We could use that helmet and just like tie it to a rope and lower it.
This is expensive armor. I'd rather not.
Oh, I mean, we can grab us.
I assume it was expensive from the guy I took it off, but
It's expensive, so you want to jump down instead.
I can grab a loose rock, stone, something, and like cast light on it, drop it down.
Okay.
Hmm.
You need to light and you drop it, and you see it go and go and go, and eventually the light doesn't reach you anymore.
Oh, it's hit to the Underdark.
So, all right. So we're going to the Underdark, or it's a bottomless pit. Take your choice.
So, what? I hope my reaction time is good with that feather falling spell.
I mean, how much do we want revenge on this guy?
Well, I mean, it's more than revenge. Like these guys are chasing us. They're coming after us. If we could get one of them, maybe we can get information.
This is
Who's
fair
to
enough.
say we aren't just doing their job for them by jumping in a giant pit?
I mean, you're not wrong with that assumption.
I didn't pack
But-
my pickaxe.
If I were to set up a situation like this, honestly, I would have just collapsed the entire sewers by now. I think we're safe.
Wow.
There is still the blow up sewer kind of thing we can do. Just saying.
I'm not one
The
for
only way to be
anything
sure.
murder.
How is it that I find the dwarf to be the most agreeable today?
That's a good question.
It's been a long day, that's why.
It's been a very long day.
Long day.
I-
I heard
I-
a dragon roar in my head. Just don't.
Look, okay, look, I've almost died. Actually, no, I did die yesterday. So it was not a pleasant thing to wake up to more death, and I'm honestly very much ready to cause them myself.
All right, look, our choices are to either try to get to the other side, and I point where we can't even see, or go down where we can't even see, or go back up. And there's always leaving
Basically
the
give
city.
up.
Yeah, we can give up. We can leave
Exactly.
the city. Just go.
Oh, I don't vote go down. Simply because I don't know if we'll ever be able to get back up.
It is fair.
Well,
We'd have to set up a rope of some type, and I don't have 700 feet of rope on me.
I don't have enough to go that far down.
Question: how big is this pit?
Wide.
Wide.
Well, it's about 200 feet across.
Okay,
Yeah.
if it really came down to it, I could call my griffin down here.
Could it actually get here? It would have to smash through that rock wall we climbed through.
I can resummon it. That's not the question.
Oh,
Just stamp into existence.
If it really came down to it, that's what we could do to get up. But if this is a somewhat of a popular hideout site, which I doubt, a part of me doubts that this seems too pre-calculated for this to be just a lucky find of a spot for his particular
Okay, well,
species.
let's break this down. Who votes we continue the pursuit?
One of them dead. Hands up.
That's one vote.
I
That's two votes. I'll go with it so long as it's practical. So yeah, I guess 3 votes. So a majority votes to continue the pursuit.
mean, we've come this far.
Hmm.
We went through all the trouble getting the plans and everything, and we know they're at least using this area. What else would they have taken the plans?
Okay, so
Holly.
vote number 2. Who votes for that way points down, and who votes for that way points across.
Before we do that, I have a. Perhaps we should do some more prolonged scouting. Hallie, was it?
I think it's going to be shown to Callie at this rate.
Hallie.
Callie.
Hallie it is.
Oh no.
And not you, Callie. So
Already nicknamed. Yeah.
it's already out. So Callie, how comfortable are you with mental links of telepathic nature?
I'm very good at that.
Oh, well, I was gonna. It could theoretically connect a telepathic bond that lasts about mile range. We could have you scout down here, and you can just report to us what's there to see. Given you can, I fall.
Mhm.
Oh my. Danny, you came in a very opportune time. Everybody needs your service.
Honestly, they really needed my wings.
Send in the new
Yeah.
recruit. Send in the new.
Okay, private.
The newbie, oh, I get it.
I feel like we should.
Before you
send
go, here's a
scout
red
maybe.
shirt. Just wear it. It'll be cute.
No.
I am going to cast invisibility on myself because I don't want them to see. If there's any like creatures down there, I'm like, I don't want to get attacked,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna dive right in.
Okay, but as Callie starts diving straight in, I'm gonna quickly establish that telepathic bond that I had yet to be able to do before he gets out of range.
Okay, Danny, roll me a perception check, and while she's diving like an Olympic swimmer, what the rest of you are doing.
I'm listening as the comms man here, comms man. I'm just gonna finger on the
this-
ear.
How well would this would it be? If I attempted to like try to descend down this wall with a climbing speed, how well would that work for me?
With the climbing speed, the problem is that it's
Like, Yeah, like is this a sheer? Is it smooth? Like
it is smooth. It is smooth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's no like natural crests. Like, oh my god.
I see nothing.
Yeah, you just keep descending, looking around. It's just darkness. You're just in a pit of darkness at the moment, descending, not seeing anything. As you're making your way down, 10 minutes later, Danny, you're still descending.
You know what? Morning jogs.
I do descend further.
This is bad. Like even
Has it been a mile yet?
200.
If you try contact 10 minutes later, you still can't reach Terry.
Look, you can only travel so many feet. Let's see. That's 300 feet a minute for you, I believe. So if you've been going down for 10 minutes, that's about 1,000 feet.
3,000.
Yeah.
How? You just like to just go to the center of the earth? Are we gonna come out in China over here?
Oh, it's either the Underdark or a bottomless pit. Take your choice.
So you're gonna continue down?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me another perception check.
He's
This is like who all got room?
I got a little bit. I don't think I have enough to descend to the core of the planet.
I'm thinking
Okay. So another 10 minutes pass, and you see Genzarok at the bottom. Additionally, you start to see bluish and greenish lights, and the source of the wind is intense here. As you're making slowly down, you roll me a perception check.
You see,
No. What she sees immediately is a bunch of like broken, collapsed stone, wood, and all
my
that.
God, you see less than what you saw.
You just said you looked at Rowan's roll and say, "I want that, but the reverse."
Oh wait, you have invisibility. So wait, it's
Yeah.
faded. It's faded though, right? Because it's faded.
And
Hold on.
wait,
let me
no,
see.
invisibility lasts an hour.
Okay, roll me with advantage. It's a stealth check with advantage.
Watch it. This be a
Oh,
one.
no.
Like,
If this is a nat 1, you lose the invisibility.
it's just counting. Can't you see it's counting down for you? Like this is just
Your
the
your
end of the
invisibility is working. It's just like the dancing lights are in perfect like orbit around you.
Let's see. Stealth. 6.
Okay.
There you go.
And then I have to roll another one for advantage.
Waiting for that nat 20 moment.
Okay, you barely
23.
pass as you go to the depths of this, and you realize that it's like more wider, and you realize most of the stuff is like missing. Like you assume that it must be a bunch of rubble, but it's not. And then you realize that like the thing of the wind is still blowing, and you realize there's a hole in at the bottom, and you peer through it, and in it you see just a realm of emerald glowing light with blue sapphire stones as far as the eye can see. And you look like straight down, and you realize there's like there's 3 dragons, massive dragons. 3 green dragons slumbering.
I'm guessing none of them are my dragon.
No, none of them. 3 green dragons of a size category of a size category ancient, sleeping mindfully, and you realize the wave of air that is coming from them.
I am shooting back up the cavern.
Oh, about your love.
Hey, you're finding it down there.
Yell as loud as possible.
I cast the sending spell.
You have a telepathic link with me. You're fine.
No.
Oh,
she had.
I went out of your range.
Yeah.
I went out of your range.
You
so
went
I'm gonna...
more than a mile down, you sneaky.
No, so I'm gonna once I hit well, actually the sending spell is unlimited, so I'm gonna cast sending on Terry.
Hold up. Actually, no, I can actually no. This is several miles. Actually, it's charisma modifier based with a minimum of 1. So yeah, no, 6 miles.
6 miles. Wow. Okay, fine. Daddy, what's the message to Terry?
Panic.
You just kind of you hear a buzzing in your head, and you just hear dragon.
You guys hear me like you hear me say dragons.
You start doing the buzzing too. You're like dragon buzz what?
I'm getting static.
just looking at you like dragons, like not.
I put up my finger. Can you repeat that really slowly for me?
With this information, is the kind of waves of the blast of air coming out of this hole warm?
Yeah,
it is warm. It is warm.
It's slightly hotter down here than it should be.
Well, it's not. It's like a nice warm breeze. It's not like chilly or anything.
I wonder how that feels.
I don't think sewers are supposed to be warm.
Wait, with this information, have we smelled anything from this?
No, it feels like a nice, refreshing air.
The reason all the rock is so dark is that it's just charcoal.
The reason why it's so smooth.
I telepathic link to Terry, after I'm further away from the dragons and going back up, I'm going to be like, there are 3 motherfucking dragons.
Okay, so not just 1 dragon. They say out loud.
And I'm like, not just 1 dragon. Wait, there's a dragon? Wait, there's more than 1?
They're all ancient. What?
Okay, so
should we reevaluate the option of just collapsing the entire of this city?
I reopened that option of just blowing the sewer.
No, better plan. Actually, wait. We'll wait till plan until the bee comes back.
Alright, so to confirm 3. Wait, are we talking baby dragons here, like in the nest? Is this like we walk into a nest, or is it full-grown dragons? What are we dealing with here?
Julie, roll me a history check.
Alright.
Really random history. Oh, it's because you were born here. You don't mess this up.
Someone, can you get assistance?
Someone thought it'd be a great idea to build a city on top of some dragon.
At least it's not a Trask.
Panic.
Let's double check. I think it's a 5.
Oh, so
Oh well.
remember that
Dang.
roll and
That, not one. Well, someone had to roll it eventually.
we are not getting great rolls today.
This is Callie when she finally gets back up there.
Oh my.
Okay.
Like,
Um.
for Dragon Fella.
So I think we are officially out of our depth.
Both literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know much about the underground. Maybe you should have asked the dwarf.
Can stop
Your
whispering,
mind
I
should
guess.
not include a dragon.
So who wants to revote about going down and instead of across? Like,
I.
Okay, look, I feel pretty confident in my combat abilities, but like,
no,
three dragons.
No. Turns back to Callie. The bee. You what type of dragons exactly now?
You, Callie, you saw green dragons, but also you were in the Emerald Cave, so green.
Looked green. They looked green.
Green and how old? How big were they? Like, what are we talking? Adults?
Classic dragon
So
we're dealing with.
my friend that is a dragon, has told me that when a dragon gets older, the more powerful they are. And they were ancient.
Okay,
And it's
so
like, yeah.
so to put in perspective, you don't know how deep you looked to the ground, but maybe it's a few thousand feet lower, and you realize that they're bigger than the fucking chasm you just crawled off. Like if you go from one chasm into another, one of them is bigger than the whole chasm from one side to
So
another.
we could angry.
So I tell them that.
Yeah.
I tell them that.
I mean,
So the chamber we're in is basically their ventilation.
So we
Pretty
close it
much.
off.
It's their emergency exit.
I think it's a bit small for that.
Speaking of emergency exits, should we leave?
Should we leave? Should we
I feel like
just
we should
let?
just go across and see where that leads.
I'm
before-
gonna can I look at the map again?
Okay.
This is the only one of this hole, right?
Yeah, there's only one of this.
Wait,
whole-
someone drew this map, so did they check what was in the bottom of the hole and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet about this?
I mean, interestingly enough, there's like a bunch of caves, but they're not like named. They're A1, B1, 2B, 3B. It's like basically everything is nicely
I don't wanna be
categorized.
interesting.
And the hole doesn't have an entrance, like a name or anything. It doesn't specify what it is.
I'm gonna just like take out a pen, look at the map and just draw here be dragons.
Dragon roost in pit.
Oh my.
So yeah, do we wanna? I mean, I'm
Okay.
all for taking revenge and like covering our backs, but
We've taken down a freaking like monstrosity deity, but 3 ancient dragons, maybe
Yeah,
one.
I feel like I've died enough this week.
yeah. So are we
3?
voting for that way, points to the across, or that way, the way we came?
I feel like across first, and if it leads to nothing, we just.
Leads to another superior dragons.
Okay, like. I still really want this guy dead.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't worry. I think you're not alone there. It's just don't want to be barbecued in the process.
I love the fact that Terry can like get this headache over with if he just casts one spell.
Yeah.
Come on.
By the way, I'm 100% if we get out of here, gonna walk back into the college.
Oh, yeah.
Put
No,
this map on the table.
No, it's like I've drawn up new plans. You're welcome.
I have completed your plans for you.
I have
With
did
all
your job
with all
for
the
you.
official stamps from the city on it.
No.
Just get some dwarven kind of official-looking steel, stamp it in the top. The Dwarven Commission for Subterranean Construction has provided this. Please do not lose it again. Also, there's a dragon in your basement. Bye.
Okay. So I feel like at this point I should probably just cast locate creature and
Yeah.
I feel like we should just
Okay, okay, creature.
If your my brain is dying.
If we're just going across, I think. Let's just
So
go
you
across.
you gotta cast it.
yeah.
Okay, you immediately.
casting?
Okay, creature. I'm not blowing up the doors yet. Don't worry.
You sense a Kenku about 450, 500 feet deep, like 10 feet to the side, but just 400 something feet below you.
So there's an opening down the middle of the tunnel. That's what I suspect.
I flew right past it.
Look, I
That's the
based on
perception
what
of
I've heard, you weren't very
Pissed
perceptive.
with my rolls.
You mean you saw dragons? You like, oh, there's an opening, but dragons.
I saw dragons and wigged out.
No,
Like,
this is not as deep
nope,
down at the bottom.
Nope.
and immediately, okay, so
How we went
Terry,
over a mile.
Terry, before you say anything, you see the Kenku is moving closer towards, you assume, the edge of the crater, and you start to see him slowly but surely starting to ascend. What would you like to do?
Question: how high is he?
He is about 500 below.
As a kite.
Okay, so theoretically, if I just casted, a spell that could incapacitate him by name, and he just fell.
But we don't want him to fall back down.
No, we want him alive.
We want him
now.
up here with us. We don't want to have to go down there to retrieve him with 3 dragons.
Okay, but theoretically, if I subtle cast this, would they know I did it?
No, what everybody's saying, Terry, they don't want to go down the hole with the dragons.
No, see, look, but it's just we won't have to go down if he's splat on the ground.
But we want him alive. We want to find out what he knows.
We want information from this
Don't
bird.
worry, we'll do this after that.
Okay,
I mean,
you guys look at Terry, and he's seriously debating just speaking his name and
Okay. So
You have
the
a dwarf's
creature
oath that we will break his kneecaps.
Okay.
At least.
Okay. The Kenku is about 400 feet below you and rising surely.
Okay. We need to. What are we going to do?
Which side of the pit is he on?
You realize, Terry, that he's making counterclockwise motions around the what's it called? Around the chasm, slowly but surely.
So we don't actually know where he's gonna. So do we want to space ourselves out?
Let's space and hide.
Yeah.
Are you gonna how are you gonna space out? You only have one axis.
Yeah, we're all on one side.
Yeah, how are you gonna space out?
Okay,
I mean,
so back up and hide.
We could try to back up and press against the wall, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna spot one of us as soon as he gets.
All I'm saying is we throw ourselves at him as soon as he peeks his head open over the top. He's probably just gonna let us fall to our deaths. I don't want anyone wants to be tripped and thrown down the pit.
And if he's circling around, we don't know if he's gonna come up on our side or the opposite.
Well,
side.
get your bow, get your ranged weapons out. While those of us who don't.
Alright,
Oh
just
my
be
God.
in the light.
So what's the plan?
All right,
Um,
I'm casting invisibility on myself, and I'm having my bow ready.
I'm just minor
Does
illusioning
anybody-
my just minor illusioning something over me, whether it be rubble or something.
Does anybody have hold person as a spell?
No.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
like a
Julie.
No, that would simplify things too much.
Julie.
Okay, so You want play by play jumping, so figure out what you want to do.
Okay. Okay,
Alright,
guys,
I mean,
theoretically here, I could cast Wall of Stone and just encapsulate him.
Could you cast it on the other end exit? So he can only come
Yeah.
towards us?
My range can be whatever I want it to be.
Then yeah, do that. Cast it. Or what you can even do... How big is the Wall of Stone?
It's 10 by 10 feet. So,
Oh,
like,
so you
there's
couldn't
10
seal off
tiles
the
of
pit
10 by 10
itself, could
feet.
you?
What's up?
You couldn't seal off the pit itself.
No, that's that's
No.
200 by 200.
yeah,
with,
that's
Exactly.
200.
I can create a
Jules-
bridge across it. I can create a bridge across it. I can cast this twice. and get a bridge across it.
Well. Oh shit!
Julie
Hey,
could
I got raided by
hold
4
the-
people. Hello, hi. So what's good?
Let's not overcomplicate this.
Yeah.
Let's
Those
just,
with
like,
ranged weapons, we all hide. When he comes out, people with ranged weapons fire at him. People with no ranged weapons attack him.
to be clear,
Don't
I
fall in
can't
the
use a
pit.
spell that will throw him down into the pit, into the abyss. That's not on
We
limits right
need
now,
to
right?
make sure that he's not near the edge to where he can jump back
Hmm.
down if he needs
Can we
to.
all stealth a bit? Let him come away from the pit a bit. Get the jump on him.
Yeah,
The
we can
bee-
just, like. Well, I'm hidden by a minor illusion right now. If someone has invisibility, just
I'm invisible. The bee is still invisible, right?
yeah, still up.
So
Okay, so 3 people are basically invisible at this point. Now we just
I'm a stealth.
Julie, and
Julie's just standing right in
okay,
the middle, just
group
like,
a group stealth check. Those who have some sort of concealment, either invisibility or minor illusions, with advantage. Besides that, just straight roll.
got it.
Let's
Alright, let's
fuck.
do it.
Oh my god, he's just gonna bully him. Oh
With
my-
advantage.
All right,
Yeah.
this is
I'm heading
this is
south.
a known mine shaft, right?
Uh,
And
It's known to this map.
Actually, that's wait, crap. That's a Dex play, so I actually have. I have anything for Dex? That's it. That's what we got.
all right, actually, I have an idea.
everybody gets idea.
Everyone has an idea. If it's hold person, I'm for it.
Just, I mean, you have.
No,
Make
honestly,
Earth
guys, if
charm
you
them
really want,
again.
guys, if you really want, I can just command him to, like, come over here.
I
We'll see if we can get the
mean,
jump on, and then if he tries to run, we can command him.
Yeah, if we see him trying to dive back into the pit, I mean, Julie was able to hold a giant. Okay.
Fair
Okay.
enough. It's pretty epic.
So, with that being said and done, Danny, roll me a stealth check.
Oh,
Okay.
with
Okay.
Yeah,
with
but-
advantage because
Yeah.
you're
Advantage?
invisible.
Yeah.
You said the chasm was 200 feet across.
Yep.
I'll cast hallucinatory terrain. Everything looks closed off except for the route to us.
Alrighty.
Sneaky,
Oh,
Uh,
alright.
Julie, also roll me a stealth check.
All right, I see. I
Really
see
need
you.
it now. Oh boy. Well, it's better we try than, I guess. Oh, team. What is with your double rolling?
I don't know.
You didn't say you had this talent.
I don't.
Okay, so
I have a 12 in stealth.
all of you immediately, Julie,
No.
everybody takes the
What?
shadows in the shadowy cave shaft. Everybody's quiet. You, in a matter of moments, start to hear flapping of the wings as a Kenku lands the mineshaft that you were just in, now hiding in the fucking nooks and crannies, just off its side, as it just casually fixes its pouch to the side and begins to stroll past you, starting to whistle a tune. What you gonna do? You gotta jump on it.
Okay, so
I mean, we're sneaking attacking, right?
Oh!
Hey, I don't have hold person, but I can command him to say still.
We can try and beat it. try and beat the crap out of them, and then command them. They try to run.
Let's
You
jump
know what?
this motherfucker and like beat
Sure,
him
okay.
into submission.
Yeah.
You guys, I'll let you guys have first go, just because if I start punching them, I'm not sure.
I'm just saying, take pity on Kilo.
I mean,
I
for
lost pity.
all-
He murdered a friend.
For all we know, he murdered our companion and stole his hammer as a trophy. Like,
Fucking
Yep,
get
yep,
him.
this is about to get it.
Tanaka's touching me. Fucking get him. So what's the plan?
Chum.
Fucking get him!
Put your weapons and just non-lethal damage him.
Lethal damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Get
can't do non-lethal with a bow. I'm sorry.
You can. You're good. with
Listen,
that.
we don't need him alive for long.
Oh
Fair
my.
enough.
I say
Keep him
lethal
alive for
damage.
long
If he
enough,
loses
right?
a leg, he can't run very fast.
Oh
I
my.
mean, I can aim for a leg. That's all I can guarantee.
I'm going for a leg.
Go for a wing too. We don't want him.
Oh my god. Julia, what are you gonna do? You're gonna.
I mean, if somebody, I'm shooting. If somebody doesn't do something, no.
Yeah. No. Like, just go for it.
We all
I'll
believe that
be-
this is the person that killed our friend, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Some poor innocent person just walking past.
See, look, I highly doubt it, but at the same
Yeah.
time.
I'm
We
willing
do-
to take the bet.
And remember that there were signs of someone with lycanthropy. So don't think he's so.
Oh crap! Oh wait.
We're
you're right.
Raven.
Oh no. Okay, I could command him not to transform. That'd be kind of funny.
Oh my god.
Right, so if we attack, do we get advantage?
Yes.
Stealth attacks.
Borum.
Okay, Eric, if he begins to do anything that looks like transforming, I'm just gonna command him to
Okay,
not do that.
so first off, Borum, out of the shadows, roll me with advantage. Let's go.
Right.
All right.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Roll it again with advantage.
Oh,
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
okay. Just roll damage.
Roll damage.
Okay, and this is a stealth attack as well.
And
Uh-huh.
non-lethal.
Yeah, you get sneak attack.
Alright.
You can't do you don't have bludgeoning weapons, so
I'm not using a non-lethal weapon.
yeah.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Uh-huh.
I hope.
I forgot to buy my hammer of what was it called? What was the plan? We were supposed to buy the wickety wackety mallet, but we never got around to it.
Yeah.
No, just
Whack
go.
is-
Wackus funkus.
Wackus bonk, yeah.
Yes,
that's what it
Wackus
is.
bonkus.
That's
Before the
40.
82.
82 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I cut his legs off.
No, you literally just fucking like run slide in and just fucking whack once through his fucking legs. Both of them just fucking snap as he falls forward, lets out a screech and nothing else.
That went better than expected. I'm gonna nudge him.
Okay, so
Get up.
Stop moving.
goes for
gonna go and fucking bind him and then just
Heal people.
heal. Yeah, that would be preferable. Like, I mean, I can heal him exactly 1 HP point, so he's stabilized.
Ah!
Yeah, let's go.
Can't
Meanwhile-
1 HP point. 1 HP point. The cusp
So
of death. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna pull out my steel shackles.
Oh, you still have those.
I still have them. This bag is full of a load of random.
Alright, so I'm stabilizing his death saving throws at 1 HP.
Oh my
I'm still
god.
precious, I know.
I'm going to bind him his arms, wings.
Why do you do this? He has missing 2 arms. Like he can't walk anymore.
Well, look, I'm not taking any chances with anything we're running into.
Okay.
No, look. He just came out of a cave with 3 ancient dragons. Don't underestimate him. Don't.
I am not taking any chance just because he went down with a snap. does not mean he can't jump back up with the same.
Oh my god.
If he starts transforming, I'm telling him no.
So you
I'm gonna put his arms
stabilize him.
in shackles.
You stabilize him, but he's not responsive.
Is he alive?
Don't worry. See, look, I don't need to talk to him. I can read his mind. You know. You don't need to speak. Just think.
You can hear some breathing, but it's very shallow.
Like still invisibly after binding this guy. Can I lift him up? Like how heavy is he?
He's maybe like 40, 60 pounds.
Oh yeah. So
lift him up.
Hang on, pat him down for weapons,
Leg.
just in
Pat him
case.
down with weapons.
Does he have any?
He has one nice silver dagger.
Okay, I want to do a perception
Oh,
check to make sure
take
he's
it.
the only thing coming right now.
I'm taking that
What
silver
perception check?
dagger. I am taking it, and you just see it invisibly just slip out of whatever he's hiding it in, and you just see it disappear as I put it in my bag.
Got it. Alright, and
So he has a small pouch and a small satchel, and you realize that pouch is a bag of holding, and it's currently empty.
I'm taking his bag of holding.
you will need to later new options.
Yeah, and you just what are you gonna do with his fucking legs?
I am.
Put him in the bag with the werewolf legs.
No, that'll kill him. That'll kill him.
Limp
He'll come out of there.
His legs are just broken. They're not severed.
They're severed.
Oh,
They're severed.
Oh,
Yes. He like Moram literally just fucking slided in with a single slice, decapitated both of his legs mid-knee.
I
didn't expect it to go that well.
I know when you said snap, he just kind of hit him where the bones broke.
No. Do
he did say he wasn't holding
you know
fire,
how
so
thin
okay.
Kenku's legs
Okay.
are?
All right. You see the legs get picked up and also disappear as they get put into his bag.
We're getting a leg collection here. We got werewolf legs. We got Kenku legs. What's
I will. They will be preserved in his bag in case they can be reattached.
Oh my god.
His feathers grey.
They're red now.
Cook him up for KFC.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay. So
So
yeah,
he's stabilized. He's breathing.
he's stabilized. His hands are shackled.
Yeah, he's bind. He's not running anywhere. I think we got what we came for, and I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder and be like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, let's just get him on the shoulder and let's walk him out of here.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. It takes additional hour to get out and eventually reach the
We should
familiars.
probably wait for the bee first.
Yeah,
The bee's still down the hole, everyone, before we leave.
Oh,
Wait.
wait, they're not back.
Wait,
No,
the bee
I was with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they're-
I was like,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we waited for the bee to come back up.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
Vorum can be efficient when he wants to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So-
I
I'm gonna
think
do-
I'm the
I'm gonna
most
do us
like
all a favor here.
efficient member of the party. Walks in.
Okay.
I want plans.
Okay.
To
So
avoid carrying around with the
so
equivalent of a dead body, I'm going to minor illusion, just hide him, or
It's
whoever's
just a bag.
carrying him.
I am
Like a
still
potato.
invisible carrying him. Does he turn invisible because I'm technically carrying him now?
no, there's just an invisible man carrying a. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I think we should probably take them to a temple and then question them as we prevent them from dying.
Wow.
I mean, he's stabilized. I mean, as long as he's patched up, he's not gonna die
Okay,
yet.
but like we could be legally look, we could get away with maybe suspicion of murder like thing, but like if we don't take him to somewhere for like medical care, we could be legally
So.
You just cut his legs off. I think it's past that point. He killed our friend.
Terry, my guy, we
I
are
think this is
all-
mob justice at this point. Let's take him
We
to
are-
Julie's house and lock him in the basement.
we are all wanted. They are trying to kill us. You want us to take him to an official place where they can take us in?
Sorry, I'm not used to avoiding churches.
So you're making your way out of the mine back into the sewers. I would like somebody to roll a perception check.
Anyone? Can I help the guy with a 13 plus?
The invisible guy is also keeping lookout.
Yep. I'm helping you, man. I'm keeping a second. You.
Not great.
Wow.
Very average.
Okay, let's see.
All right, who has the 13 plus? You know who you are.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And I forgot we have Prince. Prince can help stabilize and heal. So
I'm still wearing the fucking beret. Just remembered that.
Commando.
So weird.
Commando.
Double threes. What is with these double rolls? You're getting a lot of them.
Julie. Maybe good 300 feet from where the sewer entrance should be, like the hole in the wall. You start to hear metallic footsteps in the sewers that echo into the cave.
Did my bird ever see anyone go in the sewers?
Not. You said that to somebody that matches the description.
Yeah, no. I know what he was looking for, but did he see anyone go in the sewers?
Yes.
Now, asking a different question. Okay. Who?
A lot of guards.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
Not get caught by them.
Yeah, let's not carrying a bird, a decapitated legs bird that's shackled by.
I mean, we could just burn him and then get away.
We-
Actually,
we-
setting a fire here might not be a good idea.
No, we still need information from this.
Right. Okay, I can probe his mind if you want.
I mean, if you can do that while we're trying to keep moving, go for it.
That sounds about right.
Why did you blow his mind earlier?
Well, no. Got distracted. He was bleeding, and it was a very satisfying scene. It was kind of. And I didn't want to interrupt that suffering.
So what role does he need to make for probing?
Okay. So the first. Okay. So he doesn't make any. I don't think he makes. Let's see. I'm looking. I'm double checking because I know he makes a roll when I go deeper into his mind. I'm checking.
He's unconscious anyway, isn't he?
Detect.
Can he actively resist?
No.
Can he actively resist?
You can get surface thoughts. But if you probe
intelligence,
deeper,
if he can resist at all, but if he can't, well,
Let's just say he automatically fails. What are you looking for in his mind?
Okay. So first, I'm looking for connections to like murder, recent murder. You know, something that would be on someone's mind, like recently murdering.
He has thoughts.
Please find it.
He has thoughts of murder to someone who actually hurt him today as he was making away with the package he was supposed to deliver to someone.
Okay. So, was the guy riding a griffin? Was it?
It was a guy riding a griffin.
Okay, so his physical body might not be able to take any more pain, but what pain can I inflict mentally?
Oh my god!
Fucking vicious mockery of.
Wait.
You're not gonna walk away from this situation.
Also, you hear a bunch of footsteps in the.
Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving away from these guys into a different exit.
Yeah. Wait. I mean, you have.
It looks a bit suspicious if we're caught walking around the sewers with just a bag of potatoes.
Hey, Moram.
Bag of potato. What do you mean? Who doesn't transport potatoes in sewers?
There's quite a few like entryways, but all of them lead in the vicinity because you got one street.
Okay.
I feel like we should just pick a direction opposite of them and just start walking.
We can wait, but hang on. We can circle around, right? Around them.
Yeah.
Then let's just do that. Maybe they'll get bored and leave.
They did last time, so.
Yeah.
Could I
Okay, actually, yeah. In the direction we go, actually, never mind. Let's just
Or
keep going.
should I give you guys the map and then I'll just go deal with them?
Yeah, theoretically go.
And then maybe I
I
can
would offer
draw
to
them
go,
away.
but I'm enjoying this a little much right now. So can someone else handle this?
So,
Okay, since I've dealt with them before, I'll go do it.
oh, you're
Okay,
going. Oh, you're going into the fucking hole, like through the hole.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay. So
Because we have to go that way, right?
So yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So in that case, I'm gonna go through with my map.
okay. So
I'm just like, shush, you guys, shush, be
Who gave him the
quiet.
mission?
Okay,
Can I
so-
see who gave him the mission? That's the real question.
Okay. Who gave him the mission?
Who gave him the mission? Let's
Roll me
I can go
roll
there.
me an intelligence check.
Sure thing.
While he's doing that, could I theoretically push? Can I put him in his bag of holding with his head sticking out of it?
Oh no.
Okay, 17 will do. That's a good number.
You see a faint glimpse, and interesting enough, like every single thought you get, like his perspective, like his like how he sees stuff, and like you saw a bunch of person like scanning for memories and everything looks fine, and you come across the assignment that you were given by this very charming young ASMR woman as part of his initiation to a very wealthy position. And
Yeah,
when
what
you look
position?
when you look upon at the ASMR, you don't see her face. It's all black, like it's like a
probably some
void.
magic. Question.
As she tells you about a hammer that will be on one of the taverns, and your job is to find the hammer and deliver it back to your home, to your hiding place, and eventually deliver it as an offering for your
Question here. Okay, so I have like okay, so is the memory unclear or is he like am I unable to access it?
No, you can completely
Mine is
access it,
modified.
but once you like try to look at the face, you basically just get black. Like you see,
Okay, so there's question here. Okay, so someone's played with his memory. I would like to replay with his memory and cast modify memory to refine his memory of this. Because you can clarify someone's memory. I'd like to undo the mess they did to his memory and see who this is.
so
I'm gonna go AFK for a second.
well, it looks like a tan young ASMR woman, very cheerful, very happy, has a bunch of on her tan skin has a bunch of whitish tattoos markings, and you ask about what those tattoos mean, like the
bird ass,
the bird ass, and she says that it's just something that correlates with her name.
Okay, so I just make note of those right there, and well, now that I have that handled, question: how hard would it be to inflict pain without killing him at this point?
Oh my god.
None.
Okay. So how can I just prolong the loss of his life then? That's just like
Prolonged
Wait,
loss.
he's gonna die
He's
from
missing his.
No. Are any of us aware of this casual talk?
Yeah,
No, he's just thinking to himself about this. This is kind of you could see a smile on his face. That's definitely visible.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, if you have okay, I'm gonna say I got all the information I really needed out of him. Do you guys need anything before I handle this?
I mean, could we use him alive?
We
don't care.
still don't know all what he knows.
I think we should keep him for a little bit at least.
We can at least use him as a bargaining chip. We do know his sister down at the bakery.
No. Well, unless you're trying to bribe the bakery person, which carrying around a mostly dead body would be rather suspicious.
Oh no,
for
we
them.
wouldn't carry him around. We'd go shove him in Julie's room.
But
I mean,
I would like to
again,
note here that this guy's a pawn. He's not what we're looking
Well,
for.
They're
Looking
all
for an ASMR
pawns.
woman. She has tattoos on her, something that represents her name.
Well, I don't think we should dump the body here.
Fair enough. I mean, you know, yeah, I don't mind leaving him at the state for a little longer.
They
I,
literally missing his legs. This state, like you
We
can't
could
do.
hand him into the. If the police are on the other side of the wall, we could hand it to them and be like, "We found
we found the murderer. Here you go.
most of him anyway. We don't know what happened to his legs. No idea."
Well, I mean, this is verifiably the murderer at this point. See, my own problem is to probably let him live.
Can we plant a weapon on him?
I mean, he had his
we don't know.
daggers.
He had his dagger.
That
we
was a
don't need
good
to
dagger.
kill
Can we
him.
plant a shit weapon on him?
Now you're thinking like a police officer.
I
I used appropriate force, I swear.
am keeping
Actually, no,
his
it makes
stuff.
sense that we would have disarmed him. Okay. I mean, he's shackled, he's lost his legs. That was appropriate force. We're totally in the right here.
Yeah, see, look, we went to disarm him. We messed up the location a little bit, but
By the way, we always knew it was this guy, right? This guy is the murderer, if anyone asks. He was the murderer. We recognized his face.
Yeah, but
We removed his legs in self-defense.
Yes.
headed straight for it. That's the honest truth.
He came right at us. We recognized him as the murderer. We used appropriate force, and then we saved him, and then detained him. We are totally clear of any wrongdoing.
oh, we should completely avoid the guards because we are just gonna end up in prison. Because this is our word against a D-legged,
Actually,
Okay. Listen, if it's our word versus him, what say we smother him right now? He can't have a word against us if he isn't alive.
I mean,
Hey,
Smother him. I can kill him with a word right now.
it would be easy to kill him and just leave the body and go, but are we sure we don't need any other use out of this one?
Cut off one of his fingers. We can use that as a ransom.
Well, just pluck a feather. We don't really need too much.
Oh yeah,
Grab
good
it.
point.
I think it might kill him. I don't want it to stand quite yet.
I mean, I could stuff him in the bag awkwardly, and he would die anyway with no air. But...
Yeah, do that. Wait, do the police check your bags of holding? Is that a thing that happens?
We don't have to meet up. We don't all have to go. We can just one of us.
I
like,
mean,
really shouldn't. Really
I'm
be
still
spotted without
invisible, so unless they can actually see me.
Okay, yeah, just stuff him in the bag. We can sort this out later.
Vorum, you get a message in your head.
Oh, good.
And you recognize as
conscience.
and you recognize the voice as Sergeant Lumpo, the detective.
Knew it.
Oh.
And it says, "Good evening, Door Stonewall. I acquired some more information about the murder of your companion. I would like to meet you at the scene of the crime as soon as possible."
Alright, well, we
Oh,
go
good.
and
Shit.
see him go.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna like turn to you guys. I kind of look very uncomfortable. I have an appointment.
Shouldn't I go with you since he talked to both of us and it would look more
But only
convincing?
No, he only talked to...
Wait, it didn't. Wait, is this
No,
not
he
the
only talked to
investigator?
me. He interviewed me, didn't he?
Yeah, he interviewed
Remember,
you.
there was an
You walked
investigator that
off.
talked to me. I don't
Listen,
know
if
if
it goes bad, only I'm found guilty.
Look, he did talk to both of you at first,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
took Wolf off.
It's my name who's on all the forms saying
feel
we
like
will
we-
not do anything bad.
Wait, oh yeah, what was my name again?
Oh, that's a you
Uh,
problem.
You're Tony. Terry is Tony.
There's
Okay.
Tony. I'm Ben.
Ben is Ben. Julie was gonna be. I had a good name for you, but I never mentioned it. I pretended I
I
didn't know
was
who
not
you
at
were.
the scene at all.
No, yeah,
was not
I
there.
just denied any knowledge of you.
Don't exist.
Your new surname is DeCopper.
Copper.
Yeah, I don't know who Julie is. Terry is Tony. Gen is Ben. What was my first name? I got the second name.
You gave yourself a ridiculously long name.
Yeah.
I gave it like a default dwarf name from like the handbook.
So now you need to figure out because you're gonna be
What
questioned.
the fuck was my name?
Memory check, history check.
No!
Can I do a history check?
It happened today. You should remember.
Exactly, I should remember. Come on.
Yeah, his passive should be enough to cover this. He's just a spent
No, it's up to his discretion. I told you not to forget about it.
That was 2 weeks ago. That's a long time.
Yeah, come on, it's Christmas. Okay, at least come on. Let me do one check. And if I don't get the check, then I'll just have to remember.
You know why I'm not gonna do this check? Cause the sergeant referred to you by name first and last.
I'm gonna have to go through notes. I'm gonna have to go through my notes. See if I can fucking find
I
it.
told you to remember. Now you're like.
Oh shit. Okay, well, you guys figure that out. I'm gonna just mute myself and go through my notes.
He just referred to you as Stonewall.
Yeah, I need my first name. Right, you guys figure out what you're gonna do with the body. See you in a minute.
Honestly, just be very tactical in how you speak. You never have to say your first name to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's probably not looking for you to remember your own name. Like, let's be honest here.
Like, you know who you are. What are we doing with this body? Are we smothering it? Are we killing it? Are we going to throw it back down the hole? Am I stuffing it in the bag? What are we doing?
Oh my god.
Are we keeping him alive? Because, for any use.
Okay, we can keep him alive if you can answer this question. What else do we need from him, as information-wise? If nothing else, then I wouldn't mind.
I mean, I guess if we got why he did it and who he did it for.
Okay, he did it for an initiation from this woman with tattoos that described her name. It was an ASMR. The memory's rather vivid thanks to the magic involved.
Do we know where he met this person?
Let's see. Okay, so wait. Okay, so I understand memories like this wouldn't normally show your location in any meaningful way, but since I clarified the memory with a level 5 spell, do I have an idea of where this cake took place?
It happened in the presence of a mirror, and through the mirror on the other side was the ASMR.
Okay. Through a mirror in like what house or like?
No, it wasn't a house. It was a cave. Okay. It was dark, covered in candles.
Okay, no clear memory will help this then.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know why he was doing this initiation? Why?
Question. Wait, what was in the mirror? Oh, so I can just locate object the mirror then.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You gonna locate object mirror now?
Why not?
Okay, you get a few hundred.
Actually, not right now. We're getting away from a murder scene right now.
I mean, if you're looking for a mirror, I'm pretty sure there are hundreds more.
No, wait, is this a special looking mirror?
It is. It is. It looks very nice, very massive. Has like silver corners and platinum engravings in those corners.
Oh, platinum engraving. Okay, that shuts down possibilities quickly. Okay, but yeah, I won't search for it yet. Let's get away with murder first. And
he's still alive.
Alright.
Do we know how recent this meeting with this SMR was? When he had this job or given this opportunity?
It was today, early in the morning.
Okay. Alright.
I love the fact that you're like you want to murder him, but like as soon as you try, you immediately ask a question that gives you more insight. Maybe you should hold on to this person.
I think I just think there's more we can get out of him.
You know what? I'll settle for him in this state for now. Then.
So what's the game plan?
Let's get out of here first. Game plan.
All right. How are we getting out of here? How are we avoiding the guards? We know that the detective is looking for at least one, right?
So let's see. Well, I say I'll go with Vorum. You guys take the body. You guys find somewhere. This is a big city. The chances of you getting spotted out by guards while they're all over here is not.
You're
large.
still in the cave system. The only way out is through the sewers, through the hole.
Through that hole, which we.
Vorum has snapped out of his catatonic state. He remembers.
Remembers. Tall people have to crawl through that hole to get through. So, and someone's gonna have to like pull the body through.
Could you not shove it in the bag? Just for a minute or two. Or would he suffocate in that time?
10 minutes. That's all he gets.
Yeah, that's fine. You just pull him out again.
Bag, so,
I mean, I did ask if I could shove his body in and like have his head lean out of it.
Oh boy, what have we gotten ourselves into?
So what's the game plan?
Oh,
Alright, Vorum, go talk to your friends and try and shoo them along so that we can leave.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Vorum, just try to talk them away, at least talk them away from the entrance so that we can get out.
Oh yeah, no,
well,
absolutely.
If we were doing a search here, then it would be best if we had 2 people there.
No, hey, I'm gonna go through. I'm doing my story. Is I'm here because A, my friend got murdered, and B, because I am currently trying to map the place.
Take out your rough drawings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and though really though, at least if not me, someone should go with him. One person.
You come with me. You come with me because, like you said, they know you.
Yeah, they've seen you, and we don't want them to get a hint.
You don't want to involve anyone extra.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want them, especially Julie. We don't want to even give
not a chance.
So you head forward, both of you, and get in Julie, stay behind. So, Evora, you go through the hole and immediately get a spear, like just pointed in your direction, and 2 of the guards just at attention just shout for reinforcements, and then one of them just kind of looks, oh wait, I remember you in the morning. It is you.
Oh my goodness.
I just kind of dramatically squint and like raise my hands like very peacefully. Go, hello again.
Telepathically tell Vorum you've changed your name since they've last met. Legally changed it.
Yeah.
Just smile, just keep smiling. Has the spear been moved out of my face yet?
Yes. But they just asked, what have you been doing down here? Why are you destroying city's property? As one of them just kind of pokes the fucking stones.
I climb out of the hole and kind of stand up and just kind of dust myself off quite casually, and then I say, "Oh, I didn't break this. This whole place is just falling apart. I was trying to map it. It's a bit of a mess down here."
Deception.
Well, you know, it's dwarf stuff, isn't it?
Dwarf stuff? Can I give him advantage? This is the reason
Yes.
we followed along.
I mean,
yes, I can this entire process.
Deception with advantage. Gotcha. Where's my deception?
You know, you get a +2 because this is dwarf stuff. You are talking.
Yes, X, the +2. Come on, you know
No!
Deception.
Not yet. We'll convince you eventually.
Okay,
Come on,
so
reason.
1d, so Deception with advantage.
Nice.
24!
Let's go.
I just look totally innocent.
Like yes, map.
I'm literally there, like a dwarf with like a map in one hand, and then just like a compass in the other.
And then you're like just followed by like innocent-looking paladin. Happy looking. Like, see,
I was
look,
like, oh,
I
yeah,
look very, I
he's
look
also
very
here.
legitimately happy right now. Like my person is visibly, he's on the pep of his step right now. He looks much more.
Okay.
Like you've got a happy paladin and a productive dwarf. It's a traditional situation.
So one of them. So one of them just kind of looks at you for a moment, just pauses, and just kind of shrugs, like, okay. By the way, the sergeant wanted to speak when she said he had a breakthrough in the case of your murdered companion.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'll go and find him as soon as I can. And then I kind of look around again quite dramatically and go, do you remember the way back? I kind of just point to my map and say, I was saving most of the ink for the further in I went. I thought I'd remember the entrance.
As he kind of points into one of the manholes that are open, but it's dark outside. Yeah, there.
Thank you very much. And I'm gonna like turn to Terry and be like, "Come on, the two of us should leave, and also put that rock back in place. We don't want to destabilize the tunnel at all."
True. Plus, someone could trip and fall in there.
Exactly.
No, they
back.
say no. We have direct orders to keep it open for scout parties.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
very
be
wise.
careful. Okay, so there's several drop-offs around. Very unsecure. I make sure you have the proper equipment. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, I kind of turn to them with a very serious face and say exactly what he said. Yes, yeah, there is. It's quite dangerous back there. You should really. I don't think you should go in there unless you've got some kind of safety ropes or equipment with you.
Oh, don't worry, we'll properly prepare for that.
All right, good. Hey, I would hate to see anything happen to you. Oh, by the way, what's their name? Just in case I need need to find you later.
They call me Eddie?
Yeah, okay. Nice to meet you, Eddie.
But thank you very much, Eddie. Very nice to meet you.
Very much.
And then we're gonna just like move towards
Mr.
the. As we're like walking towards the thing, I'm just staring at Terry. I'm just like.
Yeah, no, he seems perfectly pleased with the situation.
They don't go near the hole, do they? After we've left, I just glance over my shoulder real quick.
Yeah, they just look at the fucking hole. The wall. So, Julie, what are you gonna do?
You're stuck with it. Well, they're not going through. You're just kind of stuck there.
You slow them down. Yeah, okay. I telepathically tell them what happened, basically. You know, Yep, going with it.
Okay, so how long does someone have if they're put into the bag if they are stuffed into a bag of holding?
Minutes.
I am going to have to risk it. I'm gonna have to stuff this guy into the bag.
Well, they didn't search us, but then again, they knew us, so.
I'm still invisible. So if I stuff him in my bag.
Oh my god, I gotta sneak past!
Hey, yeah, you could just sneak.
Oh my god! If you do stealth check.
Brain, that incredibly sized brain.
Yeah.
Stealth check! Let's go! A circular hole that two people protecting you versus a fucking elf with invisibility. Let's go.
Question.
Alright.
Can I make it how loud can my griffin reach?
You want to make a distraction?
You just want to do a public disturbance.
No, you can't because you don't know what Gin is planning, so you can't.
Oh, true. He hasn't told me any of this yet. No, you're right.
Alright,
He can
let's
speak
see.
back telepathically.
Oh my god! Fuck!
I am going to sneak back after stuffing this guy in the back.
Oh, well, all right. Hold up 1 second. I'm gonna.
Oh
Nah,
my
that's
god.
nothing.
Oh my
So-
god, you barely fucking succeed. And you just literally you like come closer to the cave, pop invisibility, you look as you hear the guards just kind of talk with them and walk away. You see both the guards just looking at them walking away, and you like crawl past the walk. And like, how to say this? You basically are between both of them because they're like maybe a feet against the wall. You like slid between them and kind of just slowly crouch and just walk away.
And I'm slowly creeping towards the nearest manhole to get out.
No, you're literally doing the fucking Skyrim fucking stealth. You're literally like you can literally like you're literally so close to a guard so there's a prompt pickpocket.
Oh, I can wait. I can pick the pockets.
No. You wanna try?
No. This is not the time.
Skyrim pickpocket tactics. Let's go.
No,
It's not.
Takes off his entire armor set.
No. I just said you were so close to the guard, you literally have a prompt to pickpocket. If like in Skyrim.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not the time. I look and I'm like, and kind of shake my head to myself and keep sneaking back.
Look, okay, I'm gonna. Oh, actually, when they're done with their scene, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Took something
So
over.
Julie, what are you gonna do?
Please. Missing your sense of style here.
There's Julie, and there's still the bee. The bee is still invisible, so they can just
Yeah,
sneak
the
past
bee
all-
can just like fly away, like
just like slide through and just fly straight up.
just.
Didn't Julie said they'd be right back?
Oh yeah, Julie did say they had to step away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I was still on mute.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How thick is the wall?
Maybe 3/4 of a feet.
Okay. So if I crouch down and like look out, I can see the guards. I can see everything through the hole.
Yeah, but like the guards are literally looking at the hole. Like not like they're standing up and just looking, maybe like 1 feet apart from each side, just kind of looking around, not really paying attention much to a hole, but occasionally looking past, just kind of my thing.
Moment sleep is needed.
All right. I will cast Precipitation. Can I see any like side tunnels from like where I'm at?
Sneaky.
Ooh, yeah, you do. Like that they go deeper into the sewers, just like actual like fork paths into the thing. What are you gonna do?
All right. I will kneel down and cast Prestidigitation from one of those side paths. Just a whisper of "Oh shit, gods," and then footsteps.
Oh god.
I'm guessing.
Roll me performance check.
Oh boy. This is
Okay.
what Julie's built for.
I mean, yeah.
Just tell me how much you roll, because I currently am under my desk.
Understandable.
All right, and that is. Let me just make sure. That's gonna be a 20.
Okay, you literally just have like a sudden shuffle of a feet, and immediately just sound of oh shit guards, and immediately something booking it, and both those guards like immediately hey, by the order of the mayor, stand ground as it starts to make their way. They run past the corner, see that there's nothing there, they continue to chase down. Fuck, go! And you literally batter the folks.
That's perfect. That I honestly, I probably wouldn't have thought of that. That's clever.
All right, and with the guards distracted, I will peek my head through and book it for the manhole.
Woo! Everybody bow down! Yeah! Hell yeah.
And I'm guessing the bee is following.
Yes, the bee follows Julie.
The invisible beast just
Ellie vanished, and I think I missed
I just
the
imagine
explanation.
the bee and just literally cast invisible, just gonna like buzz past. Because it's tiny enough to just basically go has both guards. So yeah, where are you gonna head out, my dudes, now? Cause you're split in three-way. Let's go.
I feel like we probably need to, well, personally, I could use some down rest at this point.
Oh yeah,
I've expended quite a bit of resources.
Oh yeah, it's about 8 p.m.
How urgent was his message? Sounding.
Honestly, like, wait, question. Did he say where he wanted us to come? Or
yeah, the site of the crime, so he'd be back at the inn.
Okay, so actually we'd be going there back to sleep anyways, wouldn't we? So we'd just...
I suppose, yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say. It won't be just a friendly chat. He wants to check one or two things again.
yeah, so it would make sense that we'd both, you would show up there. And just remember your fake names, guys, please.
Yes.
Thanks for naming me Tony, by the way.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
So, Terry and Bora are heading towards the scene of the crime. Where is gonna head Gen and Julie?
Julie probably. I feel like Julie probably doesn't want to be spotted with a detective in any vicinity.
Yeah, I'll be going back to the inn that I spent my night at.
The fancy inn.
Can you take the dining room with you?
I will be following Julie invisibly.
Oh my
Just
god.
with the body.
Are you gonna fucking get the Raven out?
I am going to pull his head out so he can breathe.
Oh my god. You're literally. Oh my god.
Was there a bath? Was there a bath back at your inn? Just dump him in the bathtub.
Wait, just just make sure to mention for cleaning staff not to clean the room.
Yeah.
Also,
it's a nice place.
Also, the bird's dead.
Alright, we don't have resurrection match.
He's alright. He's dead. I pull his head out, check he's dead. I push it back in. I well. Oh well.
You're gonna have to find a river.
In the river. I feel like we need something more. Can't you just light it on fire and then leave it in the back?
I'm like, where?
But there's no oxygen in the bag, so it'll.
No. The thing is, it'll burn for like 10 minutes, and then it'll be out, and then problem solved. Like, clean up itself.
Oh my god.
Or you know, the bag breaks and everything's sent to the astral plane, and they can't track it down.
I mean, yeah, that works, I guess.
So like either way, it's cleaned up. Like I doubt the bag. I don't think the bag can break from internal thing unless it's like overweight. But theoretically, if it does, it cleans the work up for us either way. We have a new bag of holding now, don't we? You have one.
Oh.
I mean, I now have two, and one contains the former owner.
Okay.
Yep. So like we're okay with moving that one.
Okay. So Julie is gonna go to the fancy place, and of course the bee and Gen are gonna follow. So, oh my god, Terry and Bora, it takes you additional hour to get back to the inn at the start of the day, and it's 9 p.m. It's been about fucking 13 hours. Since the beginning.
It's a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, okay.
And you basically, you enter in, and the first thing you see at like one of the stools next to the bar, sits the halfling with a cigar as he kind of puffs and just kind of chills.
I'm just. Probably we should have thought about this earlier, but are we like covered in sewage or something?
No.
It's a cancer.
No, because most of your time was in the mine chat, which wasn't like dirty.
Fair enough. Well, I'm still gonna clean myself off because I just like being tidy. I'll offer Vorm the same, but
I will accept.
Okay.
Like outside the front door of the thing, just
Like, I just, like,
frantically
pat you down.
cleaning.
Looking good. I'm ready to disengage
Yeah,
with
okay.
reality
Play
for a bit.
cool.
Play cool, lad. Play.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, we
A music change. Heck yeah,
yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. Oh, what's with
we
this?
walk
beginning?
in, I guess, and
Yeah.
we'll, I guess, walk straight over to him.
Okay.
Got a
So-
smile on my face.
I just look tired at this point. The grin's kind of just gone at this point. I'm just tired.
Yeah, my eyes are definitely tired.
The
You know, oh, goddamn,
halfling,
it's been a long day.
the halfling looks at you, Warren, and just says, "Mr. Stonewall, you look a bit too happy."
I assume that's your actual name, just like.
I immediately drop my smile and go, well, if you'd rather I look miserable, that's also fine.
Well, you
How
lost.
goes the investigation, sir?
Well, I mean, it goes. It has progress, but also it. You just lost a friend just this morning, and you're already.
We put on a smile for others, not ourselves here.
Do
come
you
on.
not
We're
understand
trying to
the
hold ourselves
typical
together here.
methods of being polite when in the company of a police officer?
I'm not police. I'm a detective.
My apologies.
So
Look.
interesting things have been found. Remember the hairs that we extracted from the scene?
Yes. He looks kind of like somewhat at attention now. Kind of. That's.
So, interestingly enough, these fur pieces did not belong to any aerial bird, a kenku or raven or anything of the like, but one of a cat. And we did, as he kind of looks, it points towards the door where the orc was killed, and you see it's wide open, and there's like two guards, basically side by side, just holding. Those claw marks on the wall actually do resemble a cat's paw pattern. So we come to the conclusion that the killer was not in fact a were-raven, but a were-cat. As he kind of takes
I try my very best to keep a straight face. As I'm just thinking, the motherfucking cat.
as it takes like a as it inhales like a long like inhales a puff.
I see. By a cat, what do you mean exactly?
Well,
I don't imagine you mean a literal small cat.
well, not really, but also maybe. You see,
Oh, lovely.
I just genuine confusion. Wait, you're saying
so
cat
my
murdered
friend
my
knows.
friend?
So you know what? My friend knows a druid who knows how to change into a cat from in and out. But also, some druids are lycanthropes by nature. So they could change into a feline form and mutate to become a lycanthrope version of the animal, thus gaining additional killing capacity, I guess. So what a murder could have been not a cat, but someone who knows how to turn themselves into a cat. Additionally, a lycanthrope.
This is a lot for the time of day. I assume there's a particular reason you wanted to meet us up at this hour and didn't delay it until later if you have just news. By the way, we were able to get hold of those plans. We're returning them properly later.
Ah, interesting. Where did you find them?
We made do and improvised our own of sorts.
Huh.
That's
May I see this reference or outcome you describe?
Of course. And I kind of rummage around in my bag. And I guess shit, okay, I'm gonna have to bring out the map.
You're actually
and I just like fold it in half, keeping the half with the EMP dragons facing downwards. And I put it.
He kind of like eyes it, takes a big whiff, and then looks at you. And then exhales. That looks very awful similar to official city plans of the city.
I kind of just look at him, look at the map, look back at him, goes, is that a compliment of my cartography?
Well, if you don't mind me to observe the cartography, there should be a few symbols that should indicate if it's actually city's property. I gotta let him touch the map.
I'm sorry, but this guy's going to have a huge investigation check, so unless he really fumbles his roll, no minor illusion's going to hide it from him. Look, I feel like we should just be straight up honest and say, hey,
yeah,
someone stole it on the black market. We felt it was best just to buy it.
Yeah, I'll kind of just let a pause happen, and I'll say, I went at your recommendation to see if I could obtain city plans. They were very pleasant people, though not as helpful as I would have liked. They unfortunately did not have them. They had been stolen. I'm sure you've heard there was a bit of a commotion.
He just kind of nods.
We therefore had to try and obtain our own version. I look at Terry.
We had to purchase it off unsavory folk. It looks like it was tossed around after the original purchase, and while we could get the authorities involved in confiscating it, there's no telling if they would have been there the next day or even the next hour. Felt it would have been easier if we had just made note of the person and bought them and used the plans accordingly, and then returned them.
We apologize for this underhanded behavior, sir, but I'm sure you understand that this crime was quite close to us ourselves. We were very concerned, and we did not wish to fumble around.
Mm-hmm.
This type of work is, well, it's our work. We're hired hands in some cases. I mean, like, we take on some works here and so on there, and so this type of work is not so unfamiliar from us. I would ask for your forgiveness that we kind of took the initiative on this one.
Well, you are the adventuring folk, as he kind of takes another whiff of a cigar. Well, the beggar should know better not to steal from official city property.
I kind of sigh and go, it would make my work a bit more easy if they hadn't.
Well, if you got done looking at what you acquired, I would rather take them off your hands, and we could call it even.
There's no reason we can't ever pick up the map again the proper way afterwards. It's like it's lost forever if we let it go.
Oh no, I will officially
turn it, right.
Turn it in.
Yes. So,
would you...
again, if we ever require it.
Would you mind...
Don't get it through legal means.
I kind of look at him and go, would you mind if I were to make a copy before handing this over? Simply so I don't have to wait for it to be officially returned and then go through the process of checking it out again.
Roll me persuasion check.
Okay, yeah, because this is quite just a genuine question, see if he'd be okay with that.
Do you want help with this, or do you just kind of bore a moment?
I mean, can you just like give puppy eyes at him or something?
Like, it's kind of like, It's a dwarf thing. Trust me, he's going to need this eventually again.
He's gonna want them. Plans.
Plan. We did... wait. Dice roll.
Chad 26.
At 26. It's the 26 again. It's hitting.
He kind of grabs one of the pouches and brings out this piece of very nice charcoal and a bunch of papers. Well, go at it. I'm not leaving the tavern until I get these papers.
Got it. Hey, Vorm, it would be... It's not that I don't trust your mapping skills as a dwarf yourself, but perhaps you could rely on tracing it instead. I have minor illusion, kind of like a half-transparent copy of one of the parchments over him, so he can start tracing instead of, trying to freehand it.
Wow.
Wow.
What kind of artist trace? Wow, Terry. Wow.
Okay, that sounds silly, but I had a character at one point that was an artist, and I would pull this trick all the time.
Okay, I will just give you a very strange look, and then it's okay, and I'll do that. I will attempt. Are we doing this at the table that he sat at?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I wanted to maybe not trace the Here Be Dragons bit. Okay, I'm just gonna trace that anyway and just be really casual. Just another note on a paper of many notes. Maybe he hasn't noticed it.
Doesn't seem like he has.
All right, yeah, I finished the tracing. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wanted a quality map. I don't know what your dex play is, but.
Well, I'm a rogue.
Oh, no,
whatever.
Well, you probably didn't need help then.
Probably safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry.
Okay, look at a tile drawing.
I kind of roll up my new version of the map, shove it in my bag, take the old version, and put it in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we can help you with, sir?
He kind of looks over as he packets the things, and kind of looks at you, and there's a different sense of look in his eyes. Surprisingly enough, I cannot track you down.
He's talking about
In what sense, sir? I'll admit I've been underground most of the day, so...
In a meaning of cancellation of divination magic.
I know exactly what he means.
Which only a few peculiar items can acquire. Which is very odd.
May I? And I'm gonna have a genuinely slightly confused face. I'm not actually confused, but I kind of exaggerate it a bit. And say, and why would you need such a thing, sir?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going there. I'm gonna meet him.
There's a reason he hesitated to talk about it.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's a very, very interesting dilemma. You wouldn't mind showing me what could possibly cause this kind of disturbance? Because, I mean, what if you're in trouble and nobody can find you?
I assure you, sir, my own abilities and that of my faithful companions are more than capable.
Terry kind of looks kind of a bit tired. Are we playing these games? All right.
Vorm looks more pissed.
It's kind of look. Okay, he looks over at. He takes a look at Vorm and kind of looking for approval to to try something.
I'll look at you at the corner of my eye and kind of Go ahead.
He looks over. Look, like I said, we're hands for hire. Being tracked down is, well, simply just not in our best interest a lot of the time. If we're hired on a mission, most of the time, creatures, very strong creatures. We've had a couple run-ins with.
So,
Well, we've run in with gods at some point. That's weird.
Look, he kind of scratches his
Yeah,
chin.
like he's like legitimately trying to confuse him at this point with the ridiculous.
he just kind of softly nods to each of your statements, just scratches his beard.
Yeah, sort of like, see, like my person is legitimately confused by his own adventure and just sharing that confusion with him.
I just look at the detective and I say, as with today, should you ever need to talk to us, you can always message and we will answer as soon as we can. We have no quarrel with you, sir.
Please, may I go to bed?
This is just one more thing. What group do you belong to? Or since you were a handful, more than 3, I guarantee.
So, well, we've been moved around, so we don't currently have an organization to back us up. That's been one of our
between contracts.
Speaking of which, actually, do you have any connections we could use? We could use some proper organization for later after this is over. We had been recently moved here.
That's very interesting because if you've been to the Empire long enough, you would know that every single group of adventurers are under registry under the Kajo Act.
You see here, though, like we simply haven't organized for long.
We have not been on at any jobs while here. This has been kind of upended by the sudden demise of our friend.
To be entirely honest, we were purely for ourselves before the murder. Well, before the murder of our friend, and we decided, well, best case scenario, we work together, we solve this properly. And sometime around the line, we decided, you know, it's better just to stick together in general. So we're looking for signing up properly.
Interesting.
It's all.
You wouldn't be having any influential friends in the city, wouldn't you?
Not yet, but if you'd like to introduce us to some, I would love to meet some. We could really use some connections.
He kind of grabs the one of the char pieces. It just kind of grabs additional paper and just starts scribbling stuff down. Cause eyewitnesses tell me that you've been traveling in a massive group of 8, and accompanied by not anyone but the revered jeweler.
Jeweler? Who's? We don't have a jeweler. We have. You work with masonry, right? I don't think we have a jeweler.
I am not one for jewelry myself. No.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. We don't have anyone with those skill sets.
Interesting, because the entire description fits. Additionally, one of your companions, a human fella, was found dead recently.
Yes, we're...
And he immediately, like, you see his eyes immediately beams towards you, Terry, as he kind of points. And you didn't report him.
No, we had got caught up with... Okay. Druidcraft. The druids can back us up here. There was... So, are you aware of what happened across the druid portal? What's the proper name of the place? He looks over at Rorm.
I just look at him back and I go, magic is not exactly my area.
I'm sorry. Are you aware of the druid crisis? The one overseas, I assume. It was... What was the name of it?
It was a little bit of a last-minute
Yes.
mustering call.
Yes, you could... Happened.
There's
large breach.
There's no response from the halfling as he just kind of eyes you back and forth as each one of you just starts saying.
He rubs his. Okay, so he rubs his face like trying to wake himself up to tell a half-straight story. Okay. Happened. As we were told that there was a very important mission for us to handle. All right, so we get to the druid. And the druid tells us, "Oh yeah, a whole city could be destroyed," kind of situation. Like, "Oh, crap, the whole city could be destroyed. Oh, this is terrible." And then my friend tells me, "Oh, I found my friend dead in the street. Oh, crap." Now we have to drop that because, trust me, my immediate reaction was to go and investigate and handle that situation properly. I am a
But
man who
another of our
enjoys
friends
loss.
decided to die in his sleep.
But we got there, and well, I literally died out handling that. So I was recovering from that.
For I'm just
And-
increasingly like, oh god, this is not helping.
Um,
Well, it's like you could tell Terry's kind of like he doesn't have the energy to say anything but the truth at this point, and the fact is the truth is
So
it's a legitimate truth. It's
So,
kind of like,
the
and then we
halfling-
woke up.
the halfling just kind of stops, looks at his notes, looks at you, looks at his notes. Who gave you this assignment?
What was his name? Was
Druid Magic Man number 74.
yes. Look, we have quite literally died, had friends murdered, and partially saved an entire city within the time span of like 2 days. I'm sorry if we did not follow protocol. It's been a lot. I am
There's like a small
extraordinarily
pause.
tired.
There's like a small pause, and then Boram goes, I don't mean to insult you or any of your colleagues, but city security has been somewhat lacking in our recent experience.
I don't belong to the city, but answer the question. Who gave you the assignment?
Look, I am going to be 100% honest with you. I don't remember his name.
Hang on, out of character. Would anyone remember his name?
Actually, wait.
Only Julie knows her name, but you know that it's from the Emporium of Treats.
Oh, Emporium Streets. Question here: does that place have a bad reputation? Just out of
You don't know.
We have no idea.
no idea. It was one of our.
What was the
colleagues.
building called? It was the huge tree place.
That's where it was explained to us. That's where all the city destruction was. Yeah, that was something. Maybe if we could pick up this conversation in the morning, it would be more productive.
We've had a bit of a difficult day, sir.
Before I go,
Looks over
one
at,
more
like,
question. What did you get from this assignment? Since you're back here alive and well.
Let's see. We traded in. We were short on money, so we traded it in for a magic item. It was. Oh no, I've gotten up. It was like.
Do you actually not remember, or does your character not remember?
Okay, like me as a player remembers, but I want to say, like, that getting that item was a very, very small part of this entire 2 days. That was like an afterthought, because he got, like, the moment they got the item was like the moment we were searching for someone who died, and I was zooming on a griffin. So yes, legitimate character memory block.
He just takes one last inhale
It's a
from his
legitimate
cigarette,
response.
and he just kind of looks at both of you. I guess I got everything I need to know. I'll check the leads. Please do not leave this city until the investigation is over. As he kind of stands up and kind of gives a nod. Have a pleasant evening, you two.
I don't want to leave this house for another.
I'm
8
a
years.
wait till he leaves. I'll wait till he leaves, wait like another 20 seconds after he's left, and then just look at Terry and go, we need to leave the city right now. Not right now, like maybe tomorrow morning.
Terry just has his like face on the table right now and just does a thumbs up.
I was just like, Terry, what the... Varum's giving you like the most animated facial expressions he's probably ever given you. It's just like, what the fuck was that?
Look,
Less
know.
is more! Less is more!
yeah,
He was asking where the fuck we were the other day, not how did you die.
Yeah. So you know,